asses.
Baseball is the most retarded sport invented by white people ever. It sucks for several reasons. Number one, slow as hell, it's boring.
Fat asses.
Baseball is for overweight losers that can't find anything else to do with their time.
Miguel Cabrera played drunk for a whole season and hit 340. What the fuck kind of sport is that?
And they're also pretty fat. Like, if you play baseball, you probably like having sex with fat, chunky women.
Number two, anyone can play it. They're all extremely overweight. They're fat asses. No one likes them.
Because that's what baseball is, a bunch of fat, chunky women.
I think they're non-athletic. Fat asses.
And number three, the score is way too low. It's 0-0, 1-0. It's lame.
Fat asses.
Miguel Cabrera.
I think that was Daniel Milton.
Who?
Daniel Milton's grade 11.
Who?
Stefan recently really injured him.
I recently dislocated his knee.
Oh, and yeah. Wow. So couldn't you get like people that I knew or whatever? That would have
defeated the purpose, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
So you get soccer players to.
No, most of them weren't soccer players.
What do you think of Reed Patterson?
I wasn't saying anything about Reed. Well, like baseball, it's like all sports. The baseball players are pretty athletic.
You don't.
What? No, it's all baseball is a sport about athleticism. I don't care. Like I know that on TV or whatever, and watching the games, it seems as though it's not athletic, or you get those big 300-pound guys out there. But the majority of baseball players are athletes, or can be considered athletes. And even though the sport isn't consistent running or whatever, they are considered athletes because
They're considered athletes. You know, some people consider competitive eating a sport. So, like people, you know, Joey Chestnut. Have you ever heard of him?
yeah, of course I've heard of Joey Chestnut. Kobayashi. Who, like, what do you... Joey Chestnut, Kobayashi at the Nathan's hot dog eating competition down on Coney Island.
I guess baseball and competitive
Do
eating.
they run more in baseball or in competitive eating?
Competitive eating.
Depends on what kind of running.
Exactly, you know? It's the running water. I don't know. Like,
What?
I don't know.
So, would you consider Joey Chestnut an athlete?
Yes.
So your point of defending baseball players because they are athletes, but you would also...
Well, let me look at it this way. How can a guy throw a ball with his arm 100 miles an hour? How can you say that does not involve any athleticism? 100 miles an hour. Do you know how fast that is?
It's 100 miles an hour.
Exactly. That's how fast it is.
160 kilometers.
With his arm. It's like
his arm?
tennis.
What else could he throw away?
No, I'm serious. Like tennis or whatever, you get your serves, but that's using an external source, which goes up to like 200 kilometers an hour for their serves.
250, yeah.
250, exactly. But baseball, it's humans.
Athleticism should not be measured by how fast a ball can move from your body.
Why? You have to be jacked to be able to throw a ball 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, but
You have to be
jacked
athletic.
doesn't mean
You
you're
have to
athletic,
use your
though.
body.
You have
No.
to use your body to eat 50 hot dogs.
No. You use your body for everything, you know? Like, the best way, you can't throw a ball solely based on your arm. You got to use your lower body. You get your hips involved, and that's how you do it.
That's the pitcher, though. There are many players.
No, I'm serious. Everybody,
What
every
about those
single ball player.
300-pound guys? What are they doing?
DH. It's called the designated hitter. All they do is hit.
And they're
Are
athletes.
they athletes?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because they're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to hit a baseball.
Okay, so
There are poker players being paid millions.
Yeah.
and
No.
millions.
Poker players don't get paid. They are on contract. Poker players have to win.
So it's the contract.
It's the contract.
So the contract makes them.
Your competitive eaters and your baseball players.
Competitive eaters are on contracts too.
Oh,
Really?
okay. So
Yeah.
How do you know so much about competitive eating?
Yeah.
Man, like, what do you think I do during the summer?
We should introduce you formally to our
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what should have
We're
done.
here, two blokes in the job again, Stefan Novakovic.
Emil Cohen, and today we're here with Alex Federman. He's got the tight white pants and he's pretty goofy looking. He got the Under Armour shirt too.
Thank you.
Not a practice go.
Went well, went well.
So could you give us a brief introduction to Alex Federman?
18 years old. I've played baseball for 13 years or so.
Perfect.
I enjoy the sport a lot. I commit a lot of time to it.
Soccer, football.
Do you like football?
Baseball, hockey,
I said
golf,
football. I didn't
American football.
Do you like all these sports?
Yeah.
Do you like-
Horseshoes, horse racing.
Horseshoes.
Horseshoes?
No. I
Horseshoes.
thought you meant like the.
You know,
The
NASCAR?
people who play horseshoes, are they athletes?
No.
Why not?
Because they don't
They
get
can throw a horseshoe 100 miles an hour. Do you know how fast that is?
They don't throw horseshoes 100 miles an hour.
They could, I bet.
Oh, I watched the lumberjack games too. They're
Lumberjack
considered athletes
Okay.
because they're doing something with their body as well. Like I guess you can say anything is considered
So our
athletes.
prostitutes athletes, because they're
I
just
was
like...
gonna say
But they don't play in a professional league.
if there was one.
For prostitutes? What type of professional league is that?
And they're probably contracted to their pimp, right?
Yeah, exactly. They do have contracts.
So they're athletes then. Because they use their bodies and they're contracted.
Yeah, you could have a very good argument with that.
Stefan, what do you think about baseball?
Baseball? Well, I hate baseball. I gotta be honest. I came to this country at the age of 7 or 8. I don't remember. And as Reed Patterson would say, the first thing I did was I called bullshit on baseball. Bullshit was called on baseball.
So one question: where'd you move here from?
Czech Republic.
Okay, Czech Republic. So what sports do you play in Czech Republic?
Soccer and hockey.
Exactly. So they have a very good hockey team, and I respect the Czechs. Great team. And then for soccer as well. But the thing is that in North America and in Canada, we don't really put that big of an emphasis on soccer, football, unfortunately. And that's really no fault other than, I don't know, the governing bodies. Like,
what does this have to do with anything that I'm saying? Like, I was going on about like how I came here as a child, and you're talking about the governing body.
I don't know, because I'm saying that, look, they put a big emphasis on soccer in the Czech Republic. In Canada, there's not that big of an emphasis.
Well, all I'm saying.
Which therefore man, listen to this one. They postponed the government meeting this year because of a Stanley Cup game. So,
For what?
The NHL.
Oh, yeah?
For the playoffs. They postponed the meeting because they knew nobody'd be watching it.
Why would...
Well,
okay.
Because everybody in the country is watching hockey.
Okay, I don't know what this has to do with it.
I'm just trying to, I don't know. I'm trying to prove...
Fair enough. You know what? I think it's perfect. Just keep saying whatever comes to your mind. What I was saying, though, was that...
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right. It's all right.
That's what this is about.
As long as you don't punch me, your league's ahead of Kurtzman. I was 7, 8 years old. I turned on the TV. I saw like some guy standing around like a square or diamond type thing. One guy throws to a fat ass. The fat ass swings a bat at it, and then they all run around in a square. Like, what is the
very Neanderthalish?
Yeah. What is the appeal of this sport?
Well, the appeal is just that it's been an American pastime for over 100 years or so. You have all the greats, all the great ball players, and people. It's a really good way.
So you like
the thing is this. From my perspective, it's like you always remember your first baseball game. You can't really say that about too many, unless baseball. It's like people always remember when going down to the ballpark with their dad or grandparents. Those are some memories.
I would have called bullshit on
that you always
you'd
always remember throughout the rest of your life.
But you said before, you talk like the culture, you like the history.
Exactly.
So does the culture and history appeal to you more than the actual playing of the sport, which in itself seems quite dull?
No, that's both. Like, the thing is this. It's dull because it can be at times a dull game. I've played in many games where it's like you're just standing out there and nothing's happening. It's a part of the game.
Get a hot dog or something.
I wish I could. I wish I could take a 10-minute break and go to McDonald's.
Do they have the ice cream trucks ever come onto the field during the game? Because they can see,
I know the designated hitters would be...
Nah, but they got food in the dugouts. That's the best part about baseball.
So you just said that some games you'll just be standing out there wondering what the hell is going on.
Well, yeah, but isn't it like that in all sports?
No.
No, you're not eating sunflower seeds.
Yeah, I am. I'm eating sunflower seeds in the outfield. You're allowed to eat. You're allowed to eat on the field.
So that's an appeal of the game. You're allowed to
You
eat.
can eat on the
Eating on the field. What's better than that?
Playing the sport on the field.
Yeah.
You can eat while you play. It's the best of both worlds.
I'd rather eat after I play so I can enjoy it more, I think. If I start eating during a
well, it's sort of like it's baseball culture, you know. Okay, baseball culture. It's sort of like peanuts. Go down to the ballpark, grab a bag of peanuts, Cracker Jack, popcorn. That's considered baseball food. A hot dog. Baseball culture.
Have you ever eaten a hot dog in the outfield?
I'm saying if it's a slow game, maybe bring a burger out to the outfield.
Well, with the slow games, I bring some pieces of chicken with me, and I'll keep them in my back pocket, munching on the chicken in the outfield. Why not?
Is that true?
No.
Okay,
no.
I eat it between innings. I eat it between innings.
They only do that south of Georgia.
So the appeal is the history and the food.
So if I see it correctly, you're in the outfield. You're standing around And the appeal of the sport is that the sport is dull enough that it allows you to eat. That's the appeal of it.
No. I like it because it's a mental game.
It is mental.
No, like you have to, like it's a thinking game. You know, in soccer, it's like okay, pass the ball here, pass the ball here. Baseball, it's like
Stand
there's so
around for a
many.
while,
Baseball, there's so many different things that can happen on in the course of
Not
one
that
play.
many.
What do you mean?
You can't.
You
Okay.
don't know anything, so you
Here's
don't know nothing about the game. So why?
My understanding, the things that can happen.
Okay.
The designated hitter, after eating his burger, can hit the ball over the fence,
Yeah, that's a home
Or-
run, and then he runs
or
out of
he
bases.
can hit it to a guy who catches it, and he'd be out.
Or the ball could drop in, and he could get a single, double, or triple.
So that's three things. That's three things that could happen.
Or what could happen is a ground ball.
Four.
I don't know, like
That's
they're.
four things.
What bothers me about most North American sports, I don't know anything about baseball, but there's a draft in baseball, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Drafts.
Yeah, there's drafts
Yeah,
in baseball.
Of course.
So, and the
Hockey,
team,
basketball.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
teams that perform the worst generally get like the first draft pick.
Well, of course. That's
So-
how.
Yeah, okay.
But
So
why are they trying to
like,
even out the teams?
yeah.
Why can't they just have like
So,
some
like,
teams be better than others?
You perform badly, and then you get a reward for it, and you
Yes.
perform well, and then you're penalized for it. So it means like it's
No,
like
no, no.
the-
You
it's
aren't.
like-
No. You aren't necessarily penalized for
Well,
it.
you are.
Just
You
for
get
the
the
draft.
draft.
you are in relative terms because you don't get as good a draft pick as the other team, right?
Well, the thing is,
so this
bear
will
with
see
me for a
teams-
second. Bear with me for a second.
Okay,
What I'm
okay.
saying here is that it seems to me like the game is rigged because if my team performs really, really, really well,
yeah.
then you get screwed in the draft. So it's
Okay.
like the whole thing is rigged in such a way that like everybody goes home happy. But and I think it's a bullshit system. I think football is much more reflective of the real world where there are winners and losers. I don't know Sean Simmons, but I agree with 60% of the things that he has said.
Only
I will
60?
say that.
which is an unhealthy amount.
No, but the purpose of the draft is to create parity in the league. That's really
Yeah,
what.
why do you-
that's
why
what,
do you
that's
want
what they're
parity?
built
Is that a
around.
good-
Why do you want parity?
Why do
in
you
the
want
league?
parity? Because you don't want in North America we have a very short attention span, and you don't want to put.
Yeah, you can watch a 4-hour baseball game.
But like, if your team's losing, you turn it off.
I just want to recap briefly. So as a person who doesn't understand baseball, what I've understood so far,
Yeah.
the appeal of the game is that it's dull enough that you can eat while you're playing. And then if you're watching on TV, you generally stop watching if your team starts losing.
Is it like an embarrassment to lose by 5 goals?
Yes.
Exactly.
Depends who you're playing.
Baseball, since there's so many games in the season, losing by
So you're saying
getting smoked one
each
game, you
baseball
come back.
game is so insignificant you don't care if you get killed.
Yeah, exactly. Because there are 162 games in the season compared to a soccer season where there's 30.
Pros.
Yeah.
We'll have a big list of pros in the end.
That means that you need to do well in every single game to get somewhere, and that
So
you
it makes
can't
every
necessarily-
game important.
Yeah.
exactly, and you can't
That's
afford
good.
to lose.
So the good thing about watching baseball on TV is that you know that this game is irrelevant.
well, like some game, like if
Unless,
you
until you get to the last 10.
exactly in
10, 15.
September playoff baseball is exciting because it's building up
Yeah.
towards the playoffs.
Yeah,
But, like-
as exciting, or any relatively
And
speaking.
say ball, we're used to the big scores, the big numbers. That's
Yeah.
really what I personally
All right.
enjoy. Like I don't like
Short attention
Instead
span.
of giving one goal for each goal, what if we gave 3? So you
Nah,
score
that
one
doesn't-
goal and then it's
But it's the
3.
same thing, yeah.
no, but it's not the same though because
Why not?
But like I guess basketball, it's 2 points. Like
Yeah.
that's a reason why that they did that as well. Like 1 point for foul shots, 2
Yeah.
points for everything else, and then 3 for behind the
But,
arc.
okay,
But
what would you... Give a list of 5 things you would do to change the sport of football to make it more enjoyable for you.
for me
Personally,
personally,
Yeah,
yeah,
for you
just
personally. You can do anything.
there's like nothing really that.
Nothing.
Like I watched the World Cup or whatever. I was fine
Yeah.
watching that because it's like I don't know. Like everybody jumps on the World
Yeah.
Cup bandwagon. Like
Yeah, it's bastards. Oh, I'm a fan now.
yeah,
So who'd you support? in the
I
World Cup?
cheered for
the
England.
Netherlands.
I like the Dutch too. What do you like about them? Why them?
Honestly,
They
I
were
just
orange.
like the orange shirts. What do you do with 2 minutes left in the game? Do you put on a special offense?
Well,
or?
if you're Alex, if you're Alex Ferguson, you berate the referee, and that gets you favorable decisions.
Are you listening, Sean Simmons?
Less diving. That's one thing in soccer. Less
Diving?
diving.
Yeah.
But yeah, what?
Well, for example, if you're down at the end of the game,
Yeah.
let's say
You
you're
might-
playing a defensive strategy, something like
Okay.
4-2-3-1.
I understand that.
It's like so 4
Yeah, yeah,
defense, 2.
got it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
You may put an extra player forward.
you
So you
move it
play
up,
a
so-
4-1-3-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you may put on a striker for a midfielder.
Okay.
From the bench.
So
So
it's
you only have
basically-
3 substitutions the whole game. You can't just keep switching offenses
so
and
there's-
defenses and
Okay.
whatever you want.
which makes every substitution very valuable.
Exactly, like baseball.
So not like baseball.
We also have another segment which
Yeah.
we try to incorporate, which is called Calling Kurtzman, which is where we call up Kurtzman
Oh, beautiful.
on his phone and we ask him a question. Last week's question, not last week, but last episode.
It
We
was,
haven't
what
had
are
an
the
episode
lottery?
in a while.
What are
Was
the lottery?
lottery numbers gonna be?
In 3 weeks'
And
time.
he didn't.
In 3 weeks' time.
pick up his phone.
And of course,
So
that says pass now.
went up
So, did he get them right?
Well, I went up to him. I asked him. He said, "What? Why would I? What the hell are you taught? Why would I say that? Like, what? I don't understand." And like, Kurtzman
Great
just gave me
impression.
some numbers. So he's like, 8, whatever. Fuck you, something like that.
Was 8 one of the numbers?
Probably, I don't know.
Oh.
I lost the numbers, but anyway.
This
He-
week,
he-
I think we're
he-
going to have Alex Federman will have the opportunity
You
to
gave us
ask-
some of your opinions on Jamie Kurtzman. Would you care to
Pick the lottery numbers? You want to pick
No.
the winners?
No, you don't have to pick the winners. You can just tell us, what do you think about Kurtzman?
I don't know anything about him. I've barely met the guy.
Yeah, okay.
I
Well,
think we should
I
leave
don't think
Kurtzman-
that's gonna work.
We should leave Kurtzman alone, I
We
think.
should, it's
Although
hard.
we should also give him his phone number to call.
Hello? Hello?
Yo, man, we're doing 2 blokes in a job. Can you not pick up next time?
What?
Because we're doing the Calling Kurtzman feature.
Emil, I told you not to.
I told you not to. We'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like that.